Modern professionals carry an unspoken burden. Beneath the polished titles, the respectable salaries, and the appearance of stability, there is a quiet and persistent anxiety that refuses to disappear. It lingers quietly in the background of daily life, strangely detached from the actual number printed on the paycheck. There is a pervasive feeling of falling behind, a silent shame that creeps in during ordinary moments, whispering that somehow hard work should be producing better results by now. This exhaustion is not the result of a personal failure. It is not a lack of discipline or ambition. In many ways, it is the predictable outcome of functioning inside a system that quietly extracts energy without providing lasting stability. Society operates within what can only be described as an applause economy, a system designed to reward visible success and public consumption, while quietly ignoring the slow work of building real security. This structure demands constant visibility. It encourages individuals to spend, upgrade, and perform success, pushing them to leverage future earnings just to maintain the appearance of status in the present. But there is another blueprint for survival, a quieter psychological framework forged by a generation that grew up before the internet, rewired our expectations about comfort and certainty. Generation X, born between 1965 and 1980, came of age during a period of enormous transition and instability. They witnessed economic shifts, cultural changes, and institutional uncertainty that shaped the way they think about security. Millions of children in this cohort returned home from school to empty houses. There were no smartphones, no constant communication, and no immediate rescue from small mistakes. This environment forced early independence. Children learned to solve problems alone, developing a mindset built around self-reliance and quick adaptation. At the same time, they watched their parents dedicate entire careers to corporations that eventually downsized, collapsed, or simply disappeared. From these experiences came a deep and practical skepticism. They learned early that stability is often temporary and that promises made by institutions do not always survive economic reality. To navigate that uncertainty, they developed what psychologists call high contingency thinking, the habit of planning several steps ahead to avoid disaster. This mindset forms the foundation of what we call the Latchkey Ledger, a quiet framework for defending wealth and stability in an unpredictable world. The framework rejects performative hustle. Instead, it embraces defensive pessimism, the practice of calmly preparing for the worst while continuing to move forward. It recognizes that the modern economic landscape is fragile, which means individuals must quietly build their own safety nets rather than relying on institutions to protect them. The first phase of this methodology begins with a difficult exercise, a clear and unemotional audit of financial vulnerability. Because relying entirely on a single salary from a single employer is one of the most dangerous financial positions a professional can occupy. When an entire household depends on one corporate decision, the individual becomes powerless against forces far beyond their control. The modern worker must understand a difficult truth. Corporations are designed to prioritize the survival of the system, not the security of the individual. History repeatedly confirms this reality. Economic crises have shown that institutions protect themselves first, leaving individuals to absorb the consequences. The solution is not fear, it is capability. Professionals must focus on building durable skills that remain valuable regardless of organizational structure. The second phase of the framework centers on financial micro-habits, small actions repeated consistently over time. True wealth does not require dramatic lifestyle overhauls or performative exhaustion. The quiet accumulation of disciplined habits is far more powerful. Tiny actions, repeated consistently over years, compound silently in the background of daily life. These routines gradually shape the trajectory of a person's financial future, just as small course corrections guide a ship across an ocean. One of the most powerful micro-habits is the disciplined avoidance of unnecessary consumer debt. Debt trades future peace of mind for immediate gratification, quietly reducing freedom with every borrowed dollar. Eliminating unnecessary debt restores mental bandwidth and creates the ability to sleep peacefully even during economic uncertainty. The final phase of the framework involves building diversified streams of income that operate independently from a single employer. This strategy is not driven by loud entrepreneurial ambition. It is motivated by a calm desire to reduce risk. Developing independent skills ensures that when one environment changes, another path remains available. Economic survival often requires emotional armor, the ability to remain calm, even when promises around you begin to fail. When corporate transitions occur, those with contingency plans adapt quickly and continue moving forward without bitterness. They remain internally calibrated, guided by quiet confidence rather than the panic of the surrounding culture. This generation learn resilience without applause, developing strength quietly outside the spotlight. They do not require recognition to execute what needs to be done. In many ways, they serve as a bridge between two worlds, the analog past and the complex digital future. Their psychological approach offers a blueprint for navigating massive change without losing stability. Silent adaptation becomes the true superpower, the ability to adjust strategy without announcing it. Even in the most advanced industries, the core principles of financial self-reliance remain unchanged. The ultimate goal is simple: to build a life where external shocks do not penetrate the walls of the household. Achieving this requires turning down the volume of cultural expectations and performative consumption. It requires dedication to habits that prioritize stability over spectacle. Financial caution, continuous learning, and emotional restraint form the foundation of long-term security. The Latchkey Ledger is not theory. It is a practical system shaped by decades of economic experience. Those who adopt it stop chasing trends and begin constructing financial fortresses. They disconnect from the noise and focus only on the variables they can control. By mastering simple money habits, anxiety gradually transforms into quiet power. True financial independence is not loud. It is a calm life, insulated from the systemic volatility.